Hey YouTube, Turtleags here bringing you another AFK journey video. And we are live now on Twitch. Twitch chat, you can say hi to your future self, your mom, whoever you want. And basically today I am going to talk about whether or not Mikola is a must-pull hero. Now she has been out for almost 48 hours and I know that there could be an argument to be made that further playtesting needs to be done as to whether or not she is a must pull or not, but I pretty much have an idea of her value, and I just want to take a little bit of time today to speak of her value, what she can do for your account, because there's a lot of people who are on the fence as to whether to Supreme Plus her or not, or even summon her or not. Like for instance, some of my guildmates, they're summoning one copy with the off chance that if she turns out to be viable, then maybe next season they'll take advantage of that special item to transfer the tier and EX weapon from one unit, like say I don't know, say an Ulsa or a what's the other S rank, or Ludovic to Mikola instead. So, what do I think? I think that Mikola has definitely demonstrated that she is a contender for the top Dream Realm lineups. As a matter of fact, since her release, we have had two Dream Realm bosses to fight. One is the King Croaker that we have today, and the other is the Skyclops, who was yesterday. Now, yesterday, if we go to Skyclops here, yesterday Mikola was decisively best in slot for Skyclops. She actually ended up taking the place of Scarlita, which I think is a very positive sign, because for two reasons. One is that not everyone has Scarlita fully built, but the other thing too is that once the season is over, Scarlita won't have her OP season skill anymore, which boosts the haste of your party after the 8-second mark and the damage output of your party after I think like the 40 or 50-second mark. She won't have that anymore, which means that Scarlita won't be best in slot for most of the Dream Realm bosses after the season is over. So the fact that Mikola is already replacing Scarlita with her base kit alone, I think speaks to the value that Mikola brings to the table when it comes to achieving a high Dream Realm score. As you can see, for yesterday's Dream Realm boss, Skyclops, she is already best in slot even at EX5. And here's the thing, guys. Not only do I think Mikola is a must-pull hero if you already have Lily May Mythic or Supreme Plus, but I think she might be the most free-to-play friendly raid-up hero that we have today, because and I don't know if it's a bug or if this was intentional, but it doesn't appear to me that Mikola's EX weapon has any impact on her playability besides just increased stats. Kind of like the same situation that Rainier is in, because Mikola's EX weapon, what it does is its passionate opening, where after the 6-second mark of her courage sphere being activated, she grants combat fury to all allied heroes, dealing damage equal to 50% of her attack per second to enemies adjacent to her allies. But here's the thing, guys, her damage output is almost negligible. So for instance, as a comparison, an EX5 Mikola does 859 mil damage, basically less than 1 bill damage, right? It's like nothing. And then when you compare with my Mikola EX10, she does 1 bill damage. So you increase from 800 mil damage to 10 mil damage, right? That's a 200 mil damage difference. That's almost nothing, considering that the highest damage dealers are putting up huge numbers, like 31 bill, right? And then when you look at the EX15 Mikola, heck, my EX10 Mikola did more damage than Zero's EX15 Mikola. So basically she does almost no damage. And her damage isn't even reliable, if you increase her EX weapon. And from my playtesting and from my guildmates playtesting, EX5 weapon is enough for Mikola to survive in a Dream Realm situation. Now, a PvP situation is different. I will talk about that later, but I want to talk about Dream Realm first because, Mikola is best in slot for Skyclops, and she's already taking over the leaderboards for King Croaker. As a matter of fact, I was hopping onto Tokume's account earlier to summon for his Supreme Plus Mikola, and I noticed in his district, the number one player is already running a Mikola. And as you can see here in my district, the number one player is running a Mikola as well. Now his Mikola is EX10 and ended up doing 1.6 build damage, so there's certainly some variability with her damage output, but the main reason you run Mikola in a Dream Realm team is for her ability to make the damage output of her teammates skyrocket. And I'm noticing actually that Mikola's buffs are incredibly synergistic with heroes like Fresto, with heroes like Burial, with heroes like Floorbell, allowing their damage output to go really insane. Like for instance, here Fresto did as much damage as Lily May, did 19 build damage, but typically without a Mikola, his damage output goes from 19 bill. Okay, check this out. Drops from 19 bill to 12 bill. So he gains an extra 7 bill damage, almost as much damage, more than half the damage that Ludovic brings out just by having Mikola on the field, right? And so notice how, without the presence of Mikola, Fresto's damage drops from 19 bill to 12 bill, but Talene's damage output, well, actually Talene, so, one thing I should mention too is that, let me double check one thing here, sorry. Okay, 6 bill damage. Okay, well, Talene's damage actually increases with the presence of Ludovic. And the reason for that is because in this traditional Talene Ludovic formation, you do run Thorin, and Thorin is the one who eats the one-hit KOs. But with the Lily May and Mikola variant, you actually replace Thorin. Talene is the one who eats the one-hit KOs, which is why her damage drops. Okay, I was wondering why Talene's damage was so low. But anyways, I digress. Basically, the main takeaway is that Mikola has already demonstrated that she's best in slot for a Scarlita best in slot situation, as well as a Ludovic best in slot situation, and we still have 4 more Dream Realms to go. It's entirely possible that Mikola ends up being best in slot for almost every single Dream Realm boss based on how things are trending. I think what will end up happening is that 3 days from now, when we have the Lone Gaze, for Lone Gaze, Talene was actually starting to fall off because of the modification to Shakir's AI in terms of his positioning. His Lupine aura does end up target or benefiting a lot more heroes based on his AI change. So Shakir's kind of taking over where Talene was. Yeah, 2 out of 2 Mikola best in slot right now. Exactly. And there's still 4 more Dream Realm bosses to go. And I can totally see a scenario where, okay, so tomorrow Necro Dragon, right? Scarlita was best in slot. But the thing is, Scarlita, the reason why she's best in slot is because of her season skill. Not necessarily because of her damage. I mean, she does score 4 bill, and if tomorrow, Mikola does 1 build damage but ends up boosting the damage output of Lily May from like 22 bill to say like 30 bill, and the damage output of Merrily from like 13 build to, I don't know, like 17 build, that already more than makes up for what you lost with Scarlita, right? And then if you, just kind of theory crafting for the following days, here, with the Snow Stomper, same thing, As a matter of fact, because Scarlita, you're running her for the season skill, I don't think she will pop the Snowman quickly. You're still relying mainly on Merrily and Lily May. So, yeah, I anticipate Mikola being best in slot for all 6 Dream Realm bosses. Yeah, I had to think about that. Is that really the case? I think it's entirely possible. Okay, so just for her being best in slot for Dream Realm alone makes her a must pull, right? Because the thing is, like, the reason why Rainier was the Celestial and Hypogene hero who, for the longest time, we were saying that he should be the priority, wasn't because he was great in Arena or AFK stage pushing, because he kind of wasn't, but because he was relevant in every single Dream Realm boss, right, back in the day. Now Rainier, he's best in slot for 2 out of 6 of the Dream Realm bosses, so he's kind of a shadow of his former self, although people are running him more now in AFK stages and Supreme Arena, so and heck, even Standard Arena, so it's kind of, his role is kind of shifting now in this game. But with Mikola, she's going to be very decisive in the Dream Realm, and Dream Realm is still the best place to farm your temporal essences, right? You can get up to 4 temporal essences from the server and 2 temporal essences, or I'm sorry, 2 temporal essences from, you can get up to 6 temporal essences per day from Dream Realm if you have the top leaderboards for both server and district. So if you have a Supreme Plus Lily May already and you aren't in the leaderboards for both categories, then I think Mikola will be a high consideration. Mikola damage doesn't seem to be that impactful. Would plus 15 make any major difference in her? I don't see her skills really giving more buffs by increasing her actual damage buffing contribution by increasing her stats only healing. I'm of the opinion, Colrath, that I think EX5 or EX10 is a good stopping point for Mikola. As I was mentioning earlier, my EX10 Mikola actually did more damage than the number 1 player's EX15 Mikola on the damage calcs for today's Dream Realm boss. Like my Mikola did like 1.1 build damage, and his EX15 Mikola did like 900 mil damage. I mean, obviously it's not a huge difference one way or the other, and Mikola doesn't have any survivability issues at EX10 for the Dream Realm boss. Now, for an arena PvP situation, it could be different, because she does die in arena PvP if you're not careful. Yeah, hi Turtle, how's it going? Good. You're on YouTube right now. We're filming a video on whether Mikola is a must-pull or not. I'm arguing that she is a must-pull hero for the sole fact that she's already 2 for 2 best in slot for the Dream Realm bosses, and based on the current trends, it's looking like she might be best in slot for all 6 of the Dream Realm bosses. Now, I think the only one who could be a question mark will be Alpha Bear, because Alpha Bear is just such a different Dream Realm boss. But for 5 out of the 6, I think she will be best in slot. Yeah, so anyways, now let's talk about Arena. What do I think about her role in Arena? Now, I think for Arena, she's still kind of a mystery, because this is going to sound crazy, guys, but I've had replays where I could not activate my Arena at all, and this was even with victories. So let's take this match, for instance. I was running actually, let me find a zoo comp. The crazy thing was, even with a burial zoo comp, I was still not lighting up my Mikola Arena. It was the craziest thing ever, and I think I lost as well. Okay, so here's one Mikola replay. So let me slow it down for you. Okay. So basically, for me to light up the arena, you notice how there's like the upside down triangles, right? Okay, in this replay, I actually ended up taking over the arena. And when you do take over the arena, it does give you a huge advantage. Although, what's crazy is like both my Lily May and my Burial died. So from a survival perspective, so for this replay, I was seeing if Mikola by herself was enough to keep my team alive. And as you can see from this replay, my Lily May died. And you know how tough it is to kill Lily May, right? So, even with Mikola's healing as well as Scarlita's shielding, I still lost both my Burial and Lily May. So that replay right there demonstrates that even with the arena lit up, even with the extra range defense and the extra healing and whatnot from having your arena active, Mikola is not enough to keep your team alive on a high level, a high PvP level. And this is with an EX10 Mikola. So it wasn't like my Mikola was not invested at all. Even Necro, I think she could be best in slot even in Necro, because in Necro Dragon, Scarlita's best in slot, and she's not a mobile unit. So I fully anticipate that Mikola, she will not only add more haste and attack percentage than what Scarlita's season skill will offer, but that the damage boost that you get from the attack percent as well as the increased haste from Mikola should make it so that your other heroes make up for whatever 4 build damage that Scarlita does. Because Scarlita does 4 build damage, and Mikola does 1 build damage. But remember, your Mikola is going to boost the damage output of the rest of your allies. And Merrily and Lily May will be best in slot for the Necro Dragon, so I anticipate their damage is going to go through the roof with Mikola. Yeah. So I think for Necro Dragon, she will be... and that's extra healing, right? We'll take it. Yeah, she's also better support charm effect, basically. Yeah, exactly. I have a bigger issue with Mikola surviving, but also her ultimate's incredibly slow to come out. Add on another 6 seconds to get the full buff from it. Most PvP fights are over before then. Yes. And I'll go ahead and show you another replay, because that time my arena actually lit up. We had the full benefit from Mikola, and yet we lost both Burial and Lily May. If it wasn't for Scarlita doing cleanup, we could have lost the match. Now, if we take a look, we can take a look at another victory here. Okay, no, hold on. Let me go to an earlier replay. I'm trying to find the replay with... Okay, so did we do that replay? Okay, let me show you with the Diurnal comp. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Now, yeah, see, none of my allies are in the field right now. The only person in the arena right now is the Chariot, who just died. Okay, now Shakir runs in. See, Shakir's the only one who is technically in the arena. I do think that there's something wrong with the radius of the arena, because even in Dream Realm fights, we have scenarios where Lily May is the only person in the arena. It's the weirdest thing. Even though you can still see like 4 of your heroes hugging and actually even inside the front perimeter of the arena. So I do think the arena the Mikola's arena is bugged. So Mikola will, I think, if they decide to fix the dimensions of the arena, or at least how it factors in, I think Mikola could be better. If they improve the calculation for who is in the arena, as well as they fix Mikola's EX weapon so that you actually see Mikola's numbers go up, then she's going to be even better. She also has a better support charm effect, basically heals herself and two others. Yes, yes. From a healing perspective, I don't think she's as good of a healer as a Damien, a Haywin, or heck, even a Smokey. I do think their heals are better. And actually, the numbers do demonstrate that Smokey's healing is at least double of what Mikola's healing is. So her healing is almost on par with Rowan, but at least with Rowan you have like really bursty heals, whereas Mikola doesn't really. Okay, yeah, so that pretty much wraps it up for my thoughts there. And I'm not really using her in Supreme Arena at all. I think mainly because I don't have her Paragon, and I'm rank 5 right now. Oh, maybe I can show a replay with Mikola on Supreme Arena. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, okay. And this was the one that I lost. So notice how my arena doesn't light up at all in this fight. So this is me on defense. So I'm in the red HP bar. My Haywin activates immediately. Okay, I'm pretty sure I have control of the arena. Oh no, I don't. Or maybe I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have control of the arena there. I do think that Mikola and Frestos are very good partners. Not only because Fresto increases the chance of you activating the arena, but also with Mikola, you know, boosting the damage output of your Fresto. Okay, actually that was... Okay, yeah, it was the Scarlita. It was the Scarlita difference. Yeah. So, you know, I was kind of sad about this because my Burial Zoo comp was the one Supreme Arena team that I was struggling with, right? And I was hoping that Mikola would be the answer, but she turned out to not be the answer. So I ended up taking her out and swapping in Scarlita instead. And ever since then, my Zoo comp has been doing better. So anyways, I hope that answers... Actually, yeah, there's no one really good to attack here. I'm rank 5. But okay, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Mikola is a must pull? Basically, in summary, I think Mikola is a must pull for the fact that she is best in slot for 2 out of 2 of the Dream Realm bosses so far, and will surely be best in slot for upcoming Dream Realm bosses, even if her kit is not fixed. And then from a Arena and Supreme Arena perspective, I think there still needs to be playtesting to be done. I did a ton of playtesting with a Burial Zoo comp as well as a Diurnal comp, and neither of those teams really wanted Mikola as much as, say, like a Scarlita. So yeah, anyways, let me know what you think, and if there's any team comps that you have found in an arena PvP situation where Mikola is actually good.